You've tried it your way, but you're still in debt. Or maybe you're doing okay, but want to invest smarter, grow faster. MillionaireX.ai gives you real step-by-step strategies to ditch debt or stack wealth. Stop dreaming and start planning. Visit MillionaireX.ai today. I want you to be the next millionaire next door.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Let's stop acting like we don't see how this game is played. If you tired of folks throwing shade with a smile and keeping you boxed in with that slick behind-the-scenes racism, it's time to upgrade your survival skills. See, Phillip Scott dropped more than just knowledge. He handed you a playbook with passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy. This ain't the in-your-face kind. This is that sneaky, office space, let me block your blessings type of racism that'll have you questioning your own reality. It's time to call it what it is and arm yourself with the facts. But baby, don't stop at just peeping the system. Break those mental chains too. That's why you need 7 steps to decolonize the mind. This is about freeing yourself up top, walking in confidence, and letting the world know your mind is not for rent, lease, or layaway. It's time to reclaim your power step by step. So don't just watch, take action. Click over to Amazon.com, type in passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy and 7 steps to decolonize the mind, and secure both books for yourself, your crew, and anybody ready for that mental liberation. La Sherika said it, now go do it. Invest in your freedom. Pick up both books today on Amazon.com. Trust me, your mind will thank you.
After 13 years of exposing lies in the media, I discovered the biggest lie of all. They want you to think racism is random, accidental, just bad people doing bad things. But what if I told you anti-black racism was engineered, programmed like software, marketed like a product, and designed to survive across generations? That's exactly what I prove in my new book, Us versus the Machine, How Anti-Black Racism Was Programmed, Marketed, and Made to Survive. This isn't another book about what racism looks like. This is the blueprint of how it was built, who profits from it, and most importantly, how to dismantle it. I spent years connecting dots that they never wanted connected, following money trails that they thought were buried, exposing the machine that runs on our oppression. Knowledge is power, but strategic knowledge is liberation. Get Us versus the Machine on Amazon today, because once you understand the system, you can beat the system.
If you have not been tuning in before, my goodness, you've missed out on a lot. Broke boy, but with potential. What made you realize this soft life is for me?
I deserve it. Because main money is special. I'm single.
But you don't like to be alone now. I'm looking for a guy to break my heart.
Well, as long as they're Nigerians now.
Watch Slay Queen Nigeria, only on the African Diaspora News Channel app.
From November 14th to 21st, we're inviting you to join us for a powerful trip to Ghana. This isn't just a vacation. This is a chance to walk through the same places where many of our people were captured, held, and shipped off into slavery. So don't wait. Secure your spot today. We're making history by walking through it. Will you be with us?
In H-Town, we want news that speaks truth, just like we do.
ADNC keeps me informed and him inspired.
We've been through too much to trust mainstream media. This feels like us.
From the D to the diaspora, ADNC is how I stay woke. We binge ADNC like it's Netflix, but smarter.
They speak on us, but never for us. ADNC does.
No fluff, no filters, just the truth daily.
From Wall Street to 125th, we're watching our news.
Download the African Diaspora News Channel app today to stay connected to the culture.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us on the stream tonight. We are greatly appreciative for you for joining. It is September 10th, and we are moving along very well. Shout out to everybody definitely on the ADNC app for sure that's watching us. Facebook got you going tonight, and also YouTube. So tonight we're going to be talking about Charlie Kirk, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we've talked about Charlie Kirk for years. For years, we've talked about Charlie Kirk and a lot of his anti-Black statements and anti-Black racism. If you have been on this platform or various platforms, we all have talked about Charlie Kirk. I don't think one person in here, let's say minus our African journalist, we've talked about Charlie Kirk. And today, Charlie Kirk was at the Utah Valley University. And if you know, Charlie Kirk travels the country. He had like a tour going on where he would go to different colleges, and it's kind of like, he likes to debate with people. So, he'll be at the front, he'll let people come up and debate him on issues on a microphone or whatever. They go back and forth. A lot of you probably seen these videos and everything like that. Well, today, Charlie was doing exactly what he normally would do at Utah Valley University. And what ended up happening, we found out about this soon, very, very soon. We saw the video. There was a sniper that hit Charlie Kirk mid-sentence in his neck. And, we all saw the video. And I said, did he get shot? And then I had to go rewind it back because it was on X, right? I mean, just plain as day on X. And I said, oh, I don't think he's going to survive that one. Because when he got hit and then that blood came out the way it came, I said, yeah, I don't think so. And it wasn't too long after that, they pronounced the man deceased. So Charlie Kirk is no longer here. And we got to talk tonight about Charlie Kirk and some of the things that he was advocating about violence in the Black community. Because according to what we saw today, if those of you who saw the video, it was not a Black gang member. It was not anybody Black that did anything to him. You can't get more white than Utah. You can't get more white than that, okay? When I heard Utah, I said, oh, we nowhere near that location, right? His final words, ladies and gentlemen, the final two words out of his mouth were gang violence. Now, why was he mentioning gang violence? A person was questioning him about mass shootings. And the person was asking about, how many of these people have been, transgender? And so he responded about, other shootings as well, including, I think he said something about gang violence as well. So he was trying to include gang violence in it. And anytime Charlie Kirk talks about gang violence, he's not talking about Hispanic gangs, Asian gangs, white gangs. He's always talking about us. So the moment he said gang violence, that's when he was sniped. And so his final two words that he spoke was gang violence. The final words. All this time, this man has been speaking about us and lying on us and propagandizing us, worrying about us. And he never spent his life worrying about his own community. I will tell you folks, because I know you're listening, you're here. I know you're here tonight. You got a problem. Now, you're going to try to say, oh, it's because the liberals are hateful, and the liberals are this and the liberals are that. Because this is what the liberals do. Look what they did to Trump. They tried to do it to him twice. Look what they did to Trump. It's just the liberals. Y'all always play this liberal thing and conservative thing. Listen, it don't matter if you're liberal. It don't matter if you're conservative. Y'all love that gun. And our great ancestor now, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, said how that gun is literally an extension of your manhood, and you will not get rid of that gun. And we're going to play something Charlie Kirk said about that gun, too, tonight. Because like I said, I won't lie on the man for no reason. I'm going to let his own words speak for him. Okay? Y'all got a problem in your community. You have a lot of anger in your community. It's a lot of anger. A lot of anger. Oh, my God. The crash out videos that I saw today. And this one video, this one lady was crashing out. I said, man, is she acting or what? They are crashing out, y'all. They crashing out about this Charlie Kirk thing. They really crashing out. Trump, let's get to him. He all talking about, he's so somber, talking about thoughts and prayers and all this other stuff. But just yesterday, when the black suspect took the life of the white woman, he's only here calling people animals, but he didn't call this white shooter an animal that took Charlie Kirk's life, and he took Charlie Kirk's life in an extreme heinous way in front of everybody. And Trump didn't say no words related to any kind of animal about nobody or criminal or whoever. They know exactly it's they people. And every time, listen, this white on white violence, y'all, we got to talk about this tonight. Y'all need to leave black people alone. See, the problem is you worry so much about black folk, you're not worried about your own community. Your community got a problem, and we not your problem. We not in Utah. We don't have nothing to do with Utah. Black folks wouldn't hurt a hair on Charlie Kirk's head. The worst that black folks would do to Charlie Kirk if they saw him, if they even knew who he was. A lot of black folks don't even know who he is, right? He's not like he's Trump or something. If they knew him, they probably say something slick to him. Maybe he get cussed out at the airport or something. Maybe. But black folks wouldn't be bothering with him because black folks look at him as just game goofy. That's it. This man was so worried about black violence and black crime and all the stuff he said about George Floyd too. He wanted Derek Chauvin to be pardoned, Charlie Kirk. And then I got a message too from a sister for all you black folks tonight. When I saw that video, I said, "Oh yeah, this sister need to put this out here." So let me do this. Let me go ahead and do this before I get started with anything else. Let me get up on my screen up here. Let me go ahead on and play something from Charlie Kirk said, and then we gonna get into a little bit more to this. This is why I'm not gonna be fake. I saw some of you black people out here being fake. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be fake. Let me play this what this man had to say.
What is the answer to that, Charlie? Why?
I mean, it doesn't fit a narrative. This is my most charitable reading. The narrative that they have pushed forward in the last 10 years is that there is a relentless assault against black people on behalf of white people. And the data does not show that. You brilliantly pointed this out on your program yesterday. In fact, it's the exact opposite. White individuals are actually more likely to be attacked, especially even per capita, by black individuals in this country. The narrative that they have tried to force feed this nation post-2020 is that we are a systemically racist country to our core. We started to say the word racist more. We started to redesign our corporations. We started to teach things in our classrooms that were from the 1619 Project. And all of this has now been met with an appropriate backlash where people said, we're actually not nearly as racist as you say we are. In fact, we're the least racist country ever to exist in the history of the world. And in fact, if you want to actually talk about race-focused activity, why is it that you then ignore all the race-focused activity of black on white crime? Will, I want to live in a race-neutral country. I don't like talking about race all the time. But when I see it and I see the left ignore it and we try to make them live up to their own standard of rules that they force-fed us during the chaos of 2020, it really goes to show the destruction that this can lead to the entire nation. And the final thing I'll say is this, Will, is that this is more than just a semantic argument. This is more than just whether or not it's a race thing or not. Bad policing practices, consent decrees, opening up the prisons. As you say, $3.3 million is an outgrowth of a media narrative lie. So it's not just an innocent media narrative lie. Real policies get put into place when you don't challenge this nonsense in the public square.
That's it.
So we need to be very clear that you're not going to get gun deaths to zero. It will not happen. Right. You can significantly reduce them through having more fathers in the home, by having more armed guards in front of schools. We should have an honest and clear reductionist view of gun violence, but we should not have a utopian one. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe.
Yes, that came out of his mouth, I think in 2023, ladies and gentlemen, that he felt some people would have to not live anymore just so they can keep their Second Amendment. And it's very ironic, two things: the way that he went behind that gun that he cherished so much, and talking about black people, gang violence, right? Now, we just talked about this stuff the other night, okay? We talked about this epidemic in their community about these school shootings and these mass shootings, and this is not being legislated, because we talked about that if this were black people doing this in schools, we'd have had a new law tomorrow. And you never got it. Thoughts, prayers, mental illness. Thoughts, prayers, mental illness. Same thing, nothing, nobody do nothing at all about any of this. Yes, you can have a society with zero gun deaths if you outlaw a lot of these guns and give steep penalties for this mess. Sure you can, because there's countries on the planet Earth that has no gun deaths and gun violence. Oh, places like Taiwan, that's one place. China, that's another place. It's many other places that they got the society locked down where nobody dies at the hand of a gun. And I'm a person that I've always said, listen, certain people do not need access to that kind of destruction in their hand. If you want to go shoot all that, I say go join the U.S. military, and they got plenty of it for you over there that you can go shoot, blow up, whatever. Join the U.S. military. That's what I always said. I don't believe the citizens need all that, okay? But you got a certain group of people that will put guns in their children's hands. They not even literate yet, and they will put guns in their hands. Didn't we just report on a 13-year-old that was caught with 20-some-odd weapons that was planning to do a mass shooting in their community, and he had a mother and a father in the home, Charlie Kirk, and all of you who try to talk about black people, y'all be having fathers in the homes and still doing things like this. But you're going to make it about liberals and y'all going to make it about politics. Oh, it's the liberals and it's those progressives. Y'all, I see y'all on TikTok crashing out right now. All about liberal. No. It's culture. It's a culture. It's not liberal. It's culture. You're so obsessive with that gun. If you look at your history, you go all the way back to Europe. Y'all have been at each other's throats since Europe. And you come here, you had a civil war, right? Why? You was at each other's throats again. And it's always us that got to calm things down. And ever since we have moved out the way, ever since we say, you know what, we're going to sit down and go rest and got out the mix of all of y'all. You see what's happening, black folk. You see what's happening. Every group is saying, hey, where black people at? Why y'all not going to say nothing? Y'all not going to do no. This is not our issue. This is not our issue. And just today, I want to show y'all something that happened today. Even what happened to Charlie Kirk. But y'all so obsessed. Y'all so obsessed with that those doggone guns. Hold on. Let me see something. Something just came across my wire. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see something. Give me a second. Hold on. What are y'all talking about? Okay, I thought I was going to actually see something with that update that came across my wire. Anyway, you know, they say the person, whoever they're talking about, they thought it was one person until they show the person's face. Well, we don't know. They say the subject of the horrific shooting today that took the life of Charlie Kirk is now in custody. Thank you to the local and state authorities in Utah for your partnership with the FBI. Here are the subjects in custody. It's a Republican governor refers to the person in custody. Okay. So trust me, if that person was black, they'd have put his name out already. So we're not over there. But anyway, let me show you what else happened today. Hold on. In the midst of all of this, y'all got to have a come to Jesus moment about them doggone guns in y'all community. Let me go ahead and find this real quick. Give me a second. Now this is today. At least 2 students injured after a shooting at a Denver area high school, ladies and gentlemen. This happened today. They just had a little 13-year-old got caught with 20-some-odd weapons. Now, it's at least 2 students are in critical condition after shooting at an Evergreen High School in Evergreen, Colorado, where more than 100 law enforcement officers cleared the school room by room, and it was on lockdown. The suspect, a minor who is believed to be a student at the high school, was also injured and remained in critical condition at a local hospital. Said of Jackie Kelly. Now, Kelly could not confirm how the suspect was shot, but said it's not believed law enforcement fired any rounds. They never do. And so authorities are working to obtain a search warrant for the suspect's home. The first 911 call reporting an active shooter. It said it came in at 12:24 p.m. local time. It said the shooting took place on school grounds outside of the building, but authorities are still working to identify any crime scene inside the school. The 2 victims with gunshot wounds and the suspected shooter are being treated at a nearby St. Anthony's Hospital, and officials do not believe there are any additional people injured. Okay, so they said the tragedy marks the 47 shooting that took place at a school in the United States so far this year, 24 of which were on college campuses, 23 were on K through 12 school grounds. Colorado's shooting took place less than an hour. Listen to this. After conservative activist Charlie Kirk was shot at an event at Utah Valley University. Many students who witnessed anything related to the shooting will be interviewed by investigators as they piece together what happened at the school, which has over 900 students. Now, say this is the scariest thing you could ever think that could happen, and the parents are really frightened, and so were the kids. They say, I know we always say not again, and here we go. But look, this is what I want to go focus on. 47. Oh, 47. Like Trump. 47. Okay, 40. So let me get back on the screen here. So less than 30 minutes or less than an hour or so after Charlie Kirk was shot, another one happened. Listen, I know y'all, some of you black people too. I'm gonna talk to you. Well, Phil, we gotta have guns too, Phil. We gotta have guns. Let me tell you something. Certain people can't have that. And what I have learned based off of culture, they can't have that. They can't responsibly have it. Because it's just, we look at history and we look at now. This, let me tell y'all something else. Texas has passed a law where they don't want your kids to have a phone during school hours. Why? New York I think they're trying to pass the same law. Why is that? Oh, because the kids showing how trailer park the schools are. They're showing all the fights. They're showing all the school shootings in real time, and it's embarrassing y'all on the world stage, right? Listen, the journalists here who are our international journalists, especially our African journalists, were so shocked at seeing what happened with Charlie Kirk. We was all discussing this today when this happened. And we as Americans seeing that video and like, oh, okay. I mean, man, it's messed up. We don't even flinch to see a video like that. That's how desensitized this society has all of us, especially us black folk. When we watch George Floyd pass away the way he passed away in real time and how sick that was, right? And see, these people not used to seeing that kind of death happen to their community. They're supposed to be happening to us. They don't supposed to be happening. You understand? And then they want to talk about political violence. Oh, we shouldn't be doing this. You have been waging political violence on black Americans from way back when to now. Whether you wage political violence at trying to ruin people's lives, that's political violence. When you're sitting up here, when an activist speaks up on something, you're trying to mess up their job, mess up everything that they have. ruin their careers, ruin their reputation. Then political violence like the assassination of Dr. King, that's political violence. The assassination of Malcolm X, that's political violence. And you have nothing to say about we shouldn't be doing political violence in America like this. Only when it happens to you. But when it happens to our people, it's okay. Look at how y'all smeared Minister Farrakhan for years. That's political violence. You understand what I'm saying? We can keep going on and on and on and on and on. How both of you liberal and conservative, like I said, I don't play that party game with y'all because the culture is the same. It don't matter if you're liberal or conservative. Y'all play that liberal conservative game. Y'all switch ideology at the drop of a dime anyway. One minute you say you're liberal, the next minute you're conservative. One day you're conservative, next day you're liberal. That's why I tell black people do not play that game about, well, that's the Democrats, that's the Republicans. Don't play that game. Don't play that. Because it don't matter if they're liberal or conservative, they both agree in maintaining white supremacy. They just got two different ways they want to do it. Both of them don't want us to have reparations. Both of them agree on that. Both of them don't want equality, not being above them, just equality. We want to be equal. Both of them agree on that. So that's why I don't like to hear no talk about, oh, the Republicans, they the racists. No. I respect the Republicans because at least they'll be upfront about it. That's what I respect about Republicans. You Democrats, you're worse than them. You're worse. At least Charlie Kirk, I'll give him this. He was upfront in everything that he said about black people. He didn't hide it. And I respect, that's one thing I would respect about Charlie Kirk. I would give him that. He didn't smile in our face and act like he was our friend. He didn't do that. He said some kind of sick things about even his own child in a way, but that's his business. I respect that. I respect Trump and all them being upfront. I don't respect these Democrats that try to smile in our face. Oh, I'm your friend. And, ooh, look how racist he is. And you're worse than him. You're worse because you have put laws on the books to harm black people. It's been you. It wasn't Charlie Kirk. It was you. It was you. Who did the 1994 crime bill? Was it Charlie Kirk and them? No, it was the doggone Democrats. Why are you making this about Democrats? I'm telling you that they're worse. They're worse. And the only time they want to talk about racism is when they can point it to people like Charlie Kirk and put it on him and the Republicans. So when it comes to us as black people, see, we're in a different mindset now. We're not just saying, ooh, Republicans bad. No. Both of y'all. Because y'all want the system to maintain. What did Joe Biden say when he got in the office? I'm going to put everything back to the status quo. That's what I'm coming in here to do. The status quo is us at the bottom, us being mistreated. That was the status quo. Now, we have some of our black people, ladies and gentlemen, we have some of our black people that's getting all, I don't believe in political. Listen, I'm going to say my position, and I'm going to play what the sister has to say. I don't believe in harming nobody. I believe personally that you can debate a person or not. Because you may not agree with Charlie Kirk or you may not agree with me. I don't think him or me deserve to get hit in the neck with nothing. Sorry, I don't believe that. He provided a way for you to debate him. This is my position. He did provide a way for you to debate him. You can debate him, not agree with him. It is what it is. But, hey, I'm like this. It's not my community, though. There are people in my community that did go debate him, but nobody laid a hand or touched a hair on Charlie Kirk's head in my community, so I ain't got nothing to talk about with that. Hey, our hands are clean. And even if it was a black person, which it wasn't, our hands are still clean. That's not how we get down, right? Because then when you're a so-called black person, you got to say, where is he from? What's his background? Because we do that now. We delineate, so we ain't doing that. But there's some people who's kind of, I'm not liking what they're saying either about some of this. They all kind of acting like they're crying about it. But let me play this what this sister had to say to get y'all in line. Let's cue her up.
Hey, black people, before you start, yes, Charlie Kirk got pew-pew. This is not our fight. They literally kill us for less. Do not get on here talking about, and no, just because you don't agree with somebody politically means that. Stop it. Because I've already started seeing it. Stop. Let the white folks deal with that shit. It was a white-on-white crime. This is not our time to be black savior.
All right. So everybody, and I'm so glad that people are starting to say that in the black community about white-on-white crime. Now, let's talk about this white-on-white crime. I mean, this is President Trump. President Trump, I mean, listen, I know you a man about law and order. I know you about that. And I know you got the National Guard on standby. So we seem like we have some major criminality going on in Utah. So what I'm asking as an American citizen is to send the National Guard to Utah and start rounding up these criminals. There's criminals and a lot of criminality. Look at what happened to your friend, President Trump. Charlie Kirk was your friend. You got to send the National Guard to Utah and start stopping those cars and checking IDs. You got to send ICE because, hey, they may got some illegal immigrants there too. You got to send the National Guard, President Trump. You have to. I would hold off on Chicago right now, and I would be going to Utah right now because, listen, we got to end this criminality. I'm with President Trump. We got to end this criminality, all this crime that you're having. You're not going to have a country. 47 school shootings in 2025. We're not going to have a country like President Trump said. So we must get to and figure out what the hell is going on with the white-on-white violence and the white-on-white crime. We got to stop all of this. This isn't right, okay? And I'm just saying this as a concerned American. It has nothing to do with no race. There's no race involved with this. White Americans are fellow Americans, and I don't want to see them harmed or going to jail, that they should, doing things that they shouldn't be doing. So President Trump, I need you to go clean it up. Like you did DC, right? I need you to go to Utah and clean that up. I promise you, President Trump, you're going to shut down a lot of meth labs over there. President Trump, you're going to probably find a bunch of domestic violence. You're going to find some welfare fraud. You're going to find some food stamp fraud. Oh, I know you're going to find that. You're going to find a lot of fraud in Utah when you go in there, President Trump. If you don't go in there, President Trump, then you should not go to Chicago. Because if you're truly about law and order and you're truly about getting rid of crime, President Trump, then you got to go to Utah. You got to do it. You have to avenge the death of your friend. It don't matter if they got the one guy in custody. There's a lot of criminals in Utah, obviously, because he can get on the roof, from what has been reported, and shoot one time at your friend. No, there's some illegal guns going on in Utah, President Trump, and we need you over there to stop this white-on-white crime. We cannot have this white-on-white crime in America. Listen, where are the white fathers? I call on the white fathers. Listen, y'all need to have a meeting. I don't know what's going on, but the white fathers are important, and white fathers need to be prioritized in this country. And what is going on, I don't know what's going on with your children, but something got to give. We need the white fathers to come in and help out their children. They're losing a generation. 47 people, 47 shootings. Where are the white fathers in this country? Come on now. We got to have the fathers in the household. And I'm saying this because I care about children. Where is the white fathers? Where are they at? This is your children suffering. Trump, you a father. Help those people, Trump, in Utah. They need you. Have a summit at the White House for the white fathers because they need some help. Because clearly, if in our community, according to Charlie Kirk and many people speak like him, if black fathers are the issue, and we don't even do none of that, then clearly white fathers are the issue. They say, well, more of us in the household. Yeah, that's the problem. You're in the household and these things are happening. Now, you say us having a lack of fathers in the household is causing our problem. So according to you, if black fathers in the household, we wouldn't have the issues that we have. That actually is a complete lie, but I say it's maybe 10% true, but the rest of it is a lie. Because even if black fathers are in the household, you're sabotaging the black father by not giving him the job that he actually qualifies for, even though he got the education and experience. sabotaging the black father's business, causing issues and problems between the black father and the black mother through the state and different things. So even if a black father's in the home, y'all apparatus to cause issues and problems and friction in the black family. See, the white father don't have none of those issues with the government. He don't. So clearly something else is going on that President Trump and all the white politicians need to address. Because let me get to you politicians. It's your fault too. It's your fault. You know these people can't handle no guns. You know that. And you can listen, don't tell me, oh, we can't take the Second Amendment, this and that and the third, please. They violate whatever amendment they want to. They could ban not only this, let me tell you something. If you ban the ammo, that gun is a paperweight at that point. Because most people are not set up to make their own. You ban the ammo, you cut them down on capacity. It's a whole lot of things you can do. You can still keep it in place, but have it in a way that it's so sanitized. They're like, man, all right, what's the point? I'm gonna get in trouble even for possessing certain things. So they can do something about it. Trust me, if this were black people, that would have been done a long time ago. Trust me, we wouldn't have a Second Amendment anymore if it was black people that shot up 47 different school shootings. We wouldn't have a Second Amendment. That Second Amendment been gone. You hear me? It would have been gone, ladies and gentlemen. It would have been gone. And the person who did that, they had practice. One hit a quitter, and he was hit on the left side, the upper neck. One shot got him. I mean, that was somebody that knew what they were doing. Whoever that person was, they knew what they were doing. Now, here's the other thing I'm seeing, and I'm telling y'all what's about to happen. There's some new people here, so you don't know how I get down. I'm gonna tell you things that's about to happen, and you'll see it within either the next few months or a year. Usually, we very good at that here. What's about to happen? You're gonna see a ratcheting up of anger, and you're gonna see a ratcheting up of them going at each other. And that anger is gonna grow more and more and more and more and more, even to the point of almost at civil war levels between them two. Because they got a divide. The conservative and liberal, they have a big divide. Some of the liberals like, man, we need to trying to get with them because, hey, we can't be dividing this country now. Because we divide it, we're going to fall. But what happened today with Charlie Kirk, good luck with that. Good luck with the conservatives trying to even talk to any of you liberals now. Good luck. Because they are angry. They are so angry. They crashing out on TikTok. They are angry. You hear me? They are so angry. Some of it, maybe I'll play another time. I had this one guy. Did I finish that video? Maybe I. Let me see if I finished that video because I was trying to do some editing on it real quick. Hold on. So I was trying to. No, you know what? I would not have time because this video popped up at the wrong time for me. Let me see. Maybe I can render it for y'all real quick while we wait, and I can just pull it up. Let's see. Let me hit version 2 here. Just give me a second, and maybe I could do it. We'll see. But anyway, so they are going to be at each other's throats. And they all and when they at each other's throats, they always gonna try to look for somebody else to blame for their problem. So as black people, this is what I need you to do. Stay out of it. They gonna come to you and say, oh, those liberals and all those conservatives, and they gonna try to be telling you like, hey, my name is Paul, and that's between y'all. I have nothing to do with that. Man, look, I'm trying to feed my kids. This economy bad. I'm trying to figure this thing out. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Y'all keep me out of it. Don't mention black people. Listen, and the folks, I'm going to tell you again, leave us alone. We're not your problem. We're not your problem. We're not going to your schools like that. We're not. Because matter of fact, when we go to your schools, what do? What is that called, everybody? White flight. You leave. You get away from black folk. And you get in these enclaves by yourself. There's places, y'all still have sundown towns in America that black folk can't even go in. So we're not around y'all like that. And y'all have places that we are not at, and y'all still have problems with each other. Utah should be a utopia for y'all. It's not us over there like that. And yet you still have violence against each other. You rather focus on what black people are doing in low-income communities. And most crime in the black community is due to poverty, crimes of opportunity. Hey, I'm trying to get some money because I can't get no job. I can't do this. I can't do that. So I may have to go rob something. I may have to go slang something out here to try to get some money. Y'all have no black people around in Utah. That place should be crime-free, according to what y'all say. But see, this is your problem. You're so focused on the bottom 10% of the black community. That's what you're so focused on, that you're not focused on your whole community literally burning. It's burning. It makes you feel better to talk about what somebody black doing in Chicago. We'll talk about what's happening in Chicago if something happened to a black person. Trump worrying about over there in Chicago, he need to be worrying about Utah. He need to be worrying about West Virginia and all the stuff that be going on over there in them places, like West Virginia. Send the military over there. We are not, listen, white America, we're not your problem. We've never been your problem. Actually, we have been the glue that have kept this country together the whole time. We've done everything for you. And now we've pulled back. Now we're saying, you deal with the country, you deal with it, it's your issue, it's your problem. And ever since we've done that, y'all have been collapsing. All y'all have been collapsing. Y'all have been going crazy. Y'all been trying to get us to come in the streets because y'all need us to beat up on. All y'all. And nothing to say you. I'm talking about the Latinos are asking us to come out and say something. When it was during the pandemic, the Asians wanted us to say something. Everybody wants to say something when they're dealing with issues and problems. We have peeped the game, and we say, no, we're done. Well, black people, you live in this country too, and it'll affect you. Man, this is nothing but a walk in the park for us. What are you talking about? Well, you saw what Trump said the other day? They're going to ratchet up racial profiling and mess with black people. When haven't they not? When have they not messed with black people? Black men, when haven't they not messed with us? Like, when do we get a day off? Ooh, the economy's bad. Man, our whole life has been bad with the economy. What are you talking about, bruh? I lost my job. Yeah, and we lost about 100. So, you'll be all right. Because let me tell you something else, folks. They put a headline up, 300,000 black women lost their jobs, and that's bad, okay? That's bad. But let me tell you this. Why are they talking about all the people in your community that lost jobs? Have you ever thought about that? They distract you so much worrying about us. Most federal workers that Trump was laying off wasn't black women. It's white people. Look at it's rarely out there. The majority of the federal workforce is white. And Trump was laying them all off. White men and white women. All these layoffs that's happening, some black people are getting laid off, sure. But it's way more y'all getting laid off. And that's why a lot of you are angry right now. A lot of you are angry about grocery prices. You're angry about food prices. A lot of you feel betrayed by Trump because he haven't done nothing for y'all that he promised that he was going to do. And you're just angry all the way around. And that's why I advise my people is to stay out the way. Don't give an outlet to them with us getting in the mix. Don't get in there and try to be the referee between them. I don't care what they doing. Stay out of it. We got a lot of issues in the black community that we need to be solving. We need to solve issues with our children. We need to worry about our families, getting our families together. Building businesses in our community. Cleaning up the sellouts in our community, sellout black politicians, getting them out the paint. Making these sellout preachers close them churches. that's not doing no good in our black community. We have so many issues in black America that we could be focusing on. Let them do whatever they want to do. Stay out of their way. I would advise black folks, be careful of some of them events they got because they'll crash out. And you see what happens when they crash out. I'll feel much safer being at an all black event at this point in time. I'm just saying. Now, I go to certain events. I know, okay, if I'm going to this event and it's this neighborhood and it's kind of rough, all right, I kind of know where I'm at. And, we got black folks events that nothing's going to happen at. I feel much safer at those events than going to the event over there in Utah. Now, some of you say sundown towns used to be black towns. A lot of things used to be black towns. All those farms these people got out here, all these acres of land, they didn't get that land on their own. We had so many millions of acres of land at the turn of the 20th century in this country, and we don't have the land no more because we were terrorized off of it, eminent domain off our land at the same time. There's so many stories about how black farmers lost their lives because they wouldn't give up their land. And the wife with the kids couldn't run it, and so they lost it. These people have stolen our land. And I'm about to cover that about the farmers one more time on the podcast tonight, so make sure you check that out. Because I've been on that farmer story a little bit on the podcast this week. But as that sister said, this isn't our fight. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't feel nothing about it. I really don't. Charlie Kirk was an anti-black racist. He didn't like my people. He supported them guns. He felt that people have to lose their life to keep their gun. Unfortunately, the way he lost his life, I guess he would approve of that because he felt that people, he said it. Hold on. So y'all won't be just saying that, Phil is just saying this and that and the third. Hold on. Let me get that back again. Hold on. Give me a second. I think the video had finished, y'all. The one I really originally wanted to show y'all. Where is it at? Did it complete? Okay. Let me get back to Charlie Kirk. Cause I don't want to put no words in his mouth, like I said before.
What is the answer to that, Charlie? Why?
Not have a utopian one. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe.
Well, so what happened today, Charlie would have to approve of then, right? According to his words. It's not my words. Phillip didn't make it up. That's his words. I would never say that any life, I don't care if it's an animal's life, should basically be expendable so I can have something. That's not an alternate universe. That is just being a human being. No human being needs to suffer for me to enjoy something. This is the mentality, and many people in that room agree with him. But like we said before, it is a culture. That is the culture of Charlie's community. It's a culture. It's bottom line. Because that culture been there ever since Europe and all the way to now. It is a culture. You can't escape that culture. They can't escape it. He feel that people are expendable because he wants to continue to enjoy something for himself that he don't need. He don't need that. Nobody need a freaking gun to live your life. You need food, water, shelter, clothing. Definitely you need to be in a safe location. Definitely for sure. But you can live without that mess. So since that was his ideology, maybe they should put that on his program, at his service. Say, hey, man, and he felt that was the right way to be, so hey. But mind our business, black folk. Mind our business. Do not get involved with anything they got going on. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. I'm not telling you to go gloat, and I'm not telling you to go gloat. I'm not telling you to be making videos talking bad, because some people going to do it, and I get it. Listen, everybody's not me. Some people are really clowning about that situation, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But I don't know if Charlie Kirk's wife told him, hey, Charlie, chill. Because, some things my wife has told me I need to not say. Or she'll say, hey, you're kind of going too far. Just chill out with that. And then I hear what she's saying. I say, all right, I got it. Now, I don't know. Maybe his wife told him. I don't know. I can't say she did or she didn't. But I don't know why his wife didn't pull his coattail. But, bro, like some things you say may be kind of incendiary. You need to kind of, you make, because see, let me tell y'all something. There's some crazy people out here. Crazy people. You don't know who these people are. And when they get so angry with you like that, it's just like, bro, it's like you need to chill your nerves somewhere. Now, what's gonna they're gonna mourn him a little bit because he was kind of a big fish. Then they'll get back to the same old anti-black racism. Oh, Chicago. They won't talk about Charlie no more. It'll be Chicago. It'll be the dude in North Carolina. They're not gonna even address gun violence. They're not gonna address anything. Nope. They're going to continue to let it happen because in their culture, people are expendable for them to have a gun. And it's bottom line. You say Candace knows to stay home? Oh, boy. Yeah, Candace, yeah. Candace, and nobody looking for Candace like that. Candace don't move the needle like that. Not at all. Candace said, you don't have that much access to Candace Owens. Candace Owens know what to do. Candace is chilling in her crib. She say what she say. She got a studio in her house. Hey, Candace gonna do what she do. I know she crying or whatever for him or what, but hey, he was an anti-black racist. So I mean, just not to say anything more than that. And some people, you should have saw him on X too. Oh my God, why are they allowing them to see this? I'm like, that's what y'all wanted Elon Musk to do though. Y'all wanted Elon Musk to show any and everything on that platform. And he's doing it. Y'all wanted moderation. Because let me tell y'all something. They cannot stomach to see their own life being taken that way. But we had to sit up here and watch. See, folks, let me tell you something. How you feel about Charlie Kirk watching that video is how we felt about all the black people that the police shot 17, 18 times in the back. That's how we felt about George Floyd. Why they keep showing this video? Why they keep showing this? Trayvon Martin showing his death photo on these platforms, right? Showing Trayvon Martin screaming before he lost his life and all that stuff. That how y'all feel about Charlie Kirk in that video is how we felt all those years. See, one thing I'm noticing, y'all, they finally starting to feel like we feel. They're starting to, every pain that we have been feeling in a short amount of time, they're starting to feel it. They're starting to feel it. They starting to understand how traumatic that can be, just constantly seeing that in a loop. Because they never really seen that kind of death of their community like that. Even though it's done by the owner, it don't matter. They're not used to seeing that. We desensitized. We've seen it so much. They're suffering financially in ways they never suffered before, just like we have suffered financially. They're losing jobs like they never lost before, just like we've lost. They're gonna be gentrified off their farms, literally, like we've been gentrified out of our homes and neighborhoods. They're literally going to feel everything we felt. And in the end, what's going to crescendo, because I'm warning them, by 2030, listen to this, what I'm saying. By 2030, you will also understand the hatred we always felt. By 2030, you'll feel it. You're going to understand how we've been treated, how just people looking at us, treating us bad, treating us a certain way just because of who we are. People saying things about us. We haven't done anything. you're going to experience all of that no later than 2030. That will be the final frontier, the final. And then you will look up and say, have I became black all of a sudden? I'm feeling, I'm being treated like them. And Trump is setting it up that way for people to treat you like that. Patrick, did you say that, Patrick? Patrick just said, did Charlie get raptured by the gun god? Oh, Lord, Charlie. Charlie, why did you say that, Charlie? That's not nice. That's not nice, Charlie. That's not nice. You say if the minister warned? Yeah, the minister warned everybody for years. The minister has warned, okay? But let's wrap this up. But thank y'all for coming by and watching the stream tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. If you enjoy the platform, we're doing this 7 p.m. Central Standard Time every night. There may be some new people, so thank you for coming through. Make sure to check out our book, Us versus the Machine, how anti-black racism was programmed, marketed, and made to survive. Definitely get that on Amazon right now. It's my new book. It just came out September the 1st. You can download the ADNC app and support us there and check out the content we have there. And head over to AfroWire AI. We have an AI news network. You can check that out with all our AI reporters. It's new, innovative, and that's where the business going anyway. It's going to AI reporting, so we are already on top of it, right? But thank y'all for listening. Check us out on the podcast as well at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll see you then.